Hello everyone. I hope everyone can see me. I think I look fine. Welcome to my home bar, guys. Everyone, welcome. I will be starting in like few seconds. I'll just wait for some more people to join in, and I'll quickly jump into making drinks and everything. So I hope everyone can see me. If you have any things in regards to if you can't see something or something, please do let us know. Please message so that my wife, who is helping me to shoot this, she can just let me know about it and I can figure it out accordingly. Perfect. Just give us 10 more seconds and then we'll start. I also go with the name called Mr. Bartender. That's how you can find me on Instagram or Facebook or all these platforms. How did I got that name? I started bartending around 16 years back when I became a professional bartender. I used to bartend before that as well, but I normally don't talk because by that I might get in trouble because legally you're not allowed to bartend at that age. When I started bartending and I became a professional bartender, I realized that I have a inclination towards setting up new cocktail bars and setting up new ideas. So I thought that how can I do that? So I started setting up consulting new cocktail bars and new restaurants. And the restaurants and bars that I did at that time were like Egg Bar, which is in Defense Colony. We're going to do Mask, Toast and Tonic, Olive Restaurants, Hyatt, Delhi Joe London, Rue San Francisco, and many more. Idea was that to create bars they love as per their taste profile. There are a lot of beverages in this world. Like, for example, I have few behind in my bar, which is whiskey, vodka, rum, gin, liqueurs, and everything. They're all different kind of taste profile, different flavors, which everyone has their own likeness for. Some people like something which is very neutral, like vodka. Someone like little smoky, something like peaty, something like a whiskey. Everyone has their own taste profile. But people also have their own taste profile for foods and create a unique combination for them. And that's how cocktails became popular across the globe. Cocktail is a combination of different flavors with your favorite spirit. Like to have what is that drink that you will prefer to have, and then this way. Perfect. Now this is how the cocktail world started. Then from there, I started doing my own thing. I opened my own restaurant bar. When you talk about cocktails, there are a lot of classic drinks. Like I'm sure you might have tried drinks like Mojito, old fashions, daiquiri, Cuba Libre. These all drinks have a lot of history and a lot of classic recipes that go behind it. Like Bloody Mary has a story behind it, or why it is called Bloody Mary, and also the way it is made. There's a classic recipe to it. So every drink has a particular style of being made, and that's why it's called so. Drinks like these can be made at home because the ingredients are easily available, and that's also the reason why it's called classic, because the ingredients were so easily available that they went across the globe and people were able to make it across in every city, every single bar. Like for example, Mojito. Mojito is what? Mint, lemon, sugar put together in a glass with rum, ice, and a Mojito was created. But did anyone realize why a Mojito is called Mojito? Mojito is a drink that was created so because the history goes back from a drink called El Drac. El Drac was inspired from a captain named Captain Drake, who was a very popular captain who used to lead a ship onto a voyage. And the soldiers who used to work under him, they used to cheat with him because he always used to carry something that his wife used to give him. And that used to be dried lemon and dried mint. Because can you help us with medicine? It's like, yeah, sure. So he used to give dried mint and dried lemon. Soldiers used to take rum, put them together, and have a drink. And the drink was called El Drac, the Drac. The drink came to the shores. People made the same drink with fresh ingredients, fresh mint, fresh lemon, fresh ice, put it together, and a drink was created. Why it is called Mojito? Because when you drink a Mojito, you take the first sip, the reaction that you get is automatic. It's like because it hydrates your body. And that feeling is a very magical feeling. So people say that this drink is magical. There's some magic power behind it. From Queen Mary, who was bloody in her mind because she killed a lot of people because of a particular thing. So a bartender named Fernando Petiot, working in Harry's New York bar in Paris, made this drink and dedicated this drink to her and called it Bloody Mary because she killed people and her name was Mary. So Bloody Mary, and created a drink called Bloody Mary. So that's how there are a lot of stories behind this. Today we're gonna make two drinks, something very simple, easy that you can make at home, because I know you all might be craving to have great drinks while you're at home because all the bars are closed and you might not get a chance. There's a very popular drink, a cocktail that has become quite popular in recent times. So this is not a classic drink, but it's a very modern classic. It's a drink called penicillin. Penicillin was created by Sasha Petrisky. Sasha Petrisky used to work for a bar called Milk and Honey. He was the owner of that bar, and he created this drink, and it went across the globe and became super famous. So this is not a classic drink, but a modern classic. So it's created by someone who, in modern world, created it and became very popular. Now, this drink is very interesting. Why? Because it relates to something that, when I had it first and I had the first sip of it, and I said, I know this drink will do really good in India as well. And the reason why I felt so, because it had the flavors of what an Indian person have been having from childhood. A lot of things that you eat or you like is because you might have influence of that taste profile from your childhood. For example, when you drink cranberry juice, a lot of people relate cranberry juice to glycodin. And the reason is because glycodin to cranberry, cranberry flavors to cranberry, but they relate cranberry to glycodin because they had glycodin first. Similarly, penicillin is a drink which is a combination of ginger, honey, put together with whiskey. Now, where it goes back to our days when we were small kids, or even now, when we have bad throat, we have ginger and honey, and it's the same taste profile. So I'm going to make that for you. So for this, you don't need any bar equipment. Yes, there are cocktail shakers and everything, but you don't need it. Whatever you have at home, we will use that and make it in cocktail. So my cocktail shaker for last 18, 19 days have been this. This is a jam jar, okay? So before, when this quarantine started, I started using this jam jar and made this a cocktail shaker. Any jar which has a lid on top, you can use this. Anything which has a bigger mouth, this is what you can do. And we take like 2 small pieces out of it. So if you have ginger paste, you can use that, but fresh ginger is better for your drink. Now you've done that, chopping board separate. Inside this, I'm going to add lemon juice, Nibu ka ras. So I've squeezed it before. I'm going to add around 15 ml of lemon juice. Now, there's a very popular drink called whiskey sour. Whiskey sour is quite similar to this. Obviously, there's no ginger to it, but it has a citrus flavor and sweet and every whiskey inside. But whiskey sour also have egg white to it. This has no egg white and has ginger into it. So very similar taste profile, but nice, much more refreshing and taste profile. So I'm going to muddle the gingers. So idea is to get the flavors out of ginger, because ginger has juices, but it only comes out when you muddle it. Just how you make chai at home in the morning, you use those modern vessels to just take the flavors out, and that's exactly what you want to do. So you see, nice, the juices have come out. Done. Now we're going to use sugar syrup. So this is my reused bottle of coconut water. Now what is sugar syrup? Okay, sugar syrup is not a rocket science. So take a bowl, like this bowl has sugar, boil the water, heat the water up, then pour it into a bowl, and then pour it into over the sugar and dissolve it. Then that way you have a consistent flavor. And when you dissolve it, it just comes into the thing. So both done, ginger, lemon, and sugar. Now comes the alcohol part. So for alcohol, we're going to add whiskey to this. The whiskey that I'm going to use is the Scotch whiskey. Why Scotch? Scotch gives it nice smokiness and sweetness, but doesn't matter. If you don't have Scotch, you have bourbon or you have any other whiskey, please put it. Don't, like when I do cocktails, I try to put something which is better, like ginger has a dominating character. I will not love to dominate that as the flavor profile of whiskey. So this one is a basic level of towards brand. So I'm just going to use that. So I'm going to use 45 ml pour. I want to keep it low. Normally a 60 ml. So ice, I'll close the lid. Perfect. So nice, chilled and everything. I'll use a old-fashioned glass. which is a raw glass like this, to serve this. I'll put a block of ice and I'll just empty this on top of it. With the volume, I'll just empty everything. So it'll have ginger pieces and everything on top. Now to garnish it, I'll use an orange wedge. A fresh citrus is always good for a cocktail. I'll just leave it on top. Now, one more thing that you can do with this drink is use any smoky whiskey. Like for example, if you have a bottle of Lafroy or something like that in your home, just put a little bit on top. So what happens is, it gives you a very nice smoky, peaty touch on top. So just like 5 ml of it, like little hint. So what happens is, it just makes the first aroma of this cocktail very nice, very smoky and very peaty. So this is small. Put gin. If you don't have gin, put rum. If you don't have rum, put tequila. Whatever you want to put in, you can put any spirit. Keep the ratio same. Your drink will come out really, really good. That's why I kept it so simple recipe, so it can be replicated in any ways in your home. Perfect. That was the first drink. A classic cocktail, a modern classic drink. Take it and everything. The next drink I'm going to make is a non-alcoholic drink. That's the reason there is a oven, there is a induction plate and a stove here. So I'll just move it in the center and I'll keep showing you how it is done. So you all can see this now. Perfect. Now, the second thing I'm going to make is a drink which is a drink, there's a very popular drink called toddy. And we were making a lot of toddies. But making toddy is also a very difficult task because you use water, then you put spices, then you put event of like 400 people, 500 people. It's very difficult to find the right balance out of it. So it's very important that you need to create a combination that's easy to execute. And that's how I created with this drink. I call this thing the Kashmiri toddy. Okay, why I came up with this idea of calling Kashmiri toddy? Because it used some ingredients which were Kashmiri at that time. I didn't have access to it right now. At that time, I called it Kashmiri. I used to put a little saffron to it. That was one. And I was using apple juice. And Kashmir is known to give some of the best apples. Or you can call it Himachali as well, because Himachal is also known for apples. So now, what I wanted to capitalize upon. So instead of water for this drink, I use apple juice. So I take apple juice, I heat it with spices, and make a toddy style drink out of it. And it comes out really, really nice. So it's a small trick that I use to make this beautiful taste drink. So without wasting any more time, I'll tell you. So you need any induction or any gas stove, whatever you have at home. I'll ask Tanisha if you want to bring the camera. So I'll ask you to bring the camera in front so that I can show you from top shot. Yes. Perfect. So you need induction and you need a pan like a chai bartan like this. South of India. It's beautiful, really nice. It has all these spices. So cinnamon, that's star anise, black pepper, cardamom, cloves, and mace. The outer covering, javitri. That's but all is there. So you can use these spices to create a combination, and then you need apple juice and also need some citrus element. I'll be using orange for the same. Now, how to make it? I'll just keep these here. I'll just start heating the pan. And the first thing I'm going to add is apple juice. So I'm making just one portion. So that goes in. This will start heating up. Meanwhile, now just 2 slices of orange. Now, when you put orange into apple, it will give the citrus, the skin. It will give you the oils, and the juice will make it a little citrus, and that's what I wanted. I also has little ginger, so I can add maybe a slice of ginger. It will do the same. 1 little piece of cinnamon, 2-3 pieces of this cloves. Nice. I'll reduce the heat. The idea is to just cook it for some time, like simmer it for some time, so that it takes the flavor of all these elements. And once it takes all the, let it boil. So this takes very less time. This takes less than like 30 seconds to make. It's a very easy task. You can heat it and keep it like this for some time, so that it cools down and it takes all the flavors of all the spices and everything. This is just like how you make tea at home. That's the exact aim of doing it. And you can also do one more thing. Like if you don't like drinking something hot, apple juice, and you heat it, apple juice gets cooked and it turns little citrusy. So the sweetness of this apple juice also turns completely away from what it was before, kind of thing. So now it's done. Perfect. I'll add a little extra apple juice into it just to cool it down as well. Now to serve it, whenever you serve something like this, like any hot, hold it like this because it will give the warmth of the drink. You can do so. So that's why I serve it in this, so that you can hold it from here and keep your hands away from the heat. So I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna put it here and just gonna pour it. Let the ingredients come onto the drink. It is not a worry. The drink closer to the camera. So if you see, this is nice. It's beautiful looking. It is hot. You can see the steam coming out of it, and it's apple juice, orange, cardamom, and everything. So this is a warm drink which can be served as a replacement to your tea time drink. Because when you drink tea, sometimes you get tea or coffees. This is a perfect drink to go with it. Apple juice, good for health, nothing bad about it, and then the spices that goes back. So that's the whole idea behind it. So if you have a bad throat or something, you can always drink that. You can cool it down, drink it cold is also a great combination. So two simple, easy drink that I can teach you in a very simple format way. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. That's what I keep posting cocktail videos every alternate days, and there are a lot of jugaad cocktails. I call them jugaad cocktails because these are not the exact drinks that ingredients. You have to figure out things, how you can manage the recipes and create the same taste profile without managing it. So I made a recipe of Bloody Mary without it. Teas also has tannins which are bitter in nature. So I infuse tea into alcohol, which is I use rum in that case. I infused tea and infused for a really long time, so it made it so dark and also gave it very bitter flavor. And I used that to make my old fashioned. So whiskey, this bitter, little sugar, stirred, and make a perfect old fashioned. So all these recipes, my jugaad old fashioned, jugaad Bloody Mary. I made another one a few days back for lychee and chili. So these are all available on my Instagram. Please go and check it out. I hope you like the session. Be in touch. If you make these drinks,